Hey, folks, it's Lindsey Huddleston back in the building. Another SPS mental health moment. Technology is wonderful, allows me to travel to the great state of Michigan. I'm going a little bit further north up to Saginaw, and I'm here with Coach Julian Taylor of Saginaw High School. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing great, man. Just blessed and enjoying my family during this tough pandemic. So I'm doing great.
Yeah, I know. I know. The last time we talked, we were at a Moneyball shootout down here in Lansing and whatnot. And you guys came down and represented, and you came over and chopped up with me and my guy Keith Tate. And that was a good experience for you coming down for that, huh?
Yeah, it was a great experience. We wanted to come back the previous last year, but some things happened with our schedule. I think they moved our game with Arthur Hill to that date, so we couldn't really, come down last year. So we had to, bow out. But this year it's all is set up, so hopefully we can come down. And I already hit Dez up, and we can make that happen because that was a great experience. The guys loved it. I loved it. It was a great game competition. So it was a great atmosphere.
No, that's great. That was great to be down here. So talk about your season, man. I like to check in to people and see where they were when they got the news, where they were in their season, and just what that whole experience was like once the word came down that things would go change dramatically.
Yeah, it was rough because I think we had really just started hitting our stride. We had some senior return guards that was best. I think the best guard backcourt in the state, but we had to battle a lot of injuries this year. So our season was kind of up and down, and then that time everybody else had got healthy, right? Everybody else got healthy, and we was ready to make that run, during the state tournament, and it was rough. Now I had to tell the guys that Friday because we made it to the district championship to play Carmen Ainsworth. They beat us twice that year, but I truly believe we was ready, to battle with them. And it hurt the guys at first. It was like surreal. I couldn't believe that they had stopped the season, and that really showed me that things was really serious, And then like a few days later, Freddie hit me. It's like, is our season over with or what? And I was like, I don't know. I don't even know what to tell you, Freddie. So it was tough processing it.
Yeah, I understand that. And then when it comes down to the playoffs, it doesn't matter what happened when you play somebody in the regular season. In the playoffs, it's all up in the air. And you could have had the advantage because they could have been saying, "Oh, we beat these guys twice already," and now it's been his focus. So who knows what the outcome could have been? Let's talk a little bit about you and your background, man, and having had success at Saginaw High School and go on to be a collegiate player and to be able to hold records at Saginaw Valley with the work that you were doing and whatnot. How difficult, or is it difficult at all, to be able to come back and coach at your alma mater and try to help these younger players understand what it takes to be successful when you've experienced a lot of success yourself?
It's funny you asked me that, man. In a million years, I never thought I'd be a coach. I never thought I'd get back into coaching. I started out coaching at Delta College with helping my brother out for Lanoya Hall from Detroit, and we, he's my college teammate, and so he asked me to help him out, and I did for a couple of years, and we didn't have success. And we didn't have success because the way we was living, man, the way we was doing things, we wasn't doing things the right way. So by that time, I was like, after I got done with that, I said, man, I don't think I want to coach. I think it's not for me. But then Coach Dawkins gave me an opportunity to join his staff, and what really inspired me too is the year before Arthur Hill had won the state championship in '06. So I was like, yeah, man, I got to get on so we can try to get this ball rolling and try to, get us a state championship. And I was blessed that year. That first year I joined the staff, we won it in '07. In
Wow.
'07, and then we won in '08. So I thought, we was on track to try to win another one. I want to say 2011. But we had lost in I think with the regionals to Bay City Western. But was saying that I think it had took a lot out of coach. Coach's son had passed away at a young age, and we was dependent on him being there to be a big impact in our program. And
Right.
it's an unfortunate situation, and but that was coach last year, and then he told me that he was going to resign and he's going to move on. He couldn't do it no more, because of that situation. But I only felt it was right for me to apply for it and try to keep the program going, because the tradition in Saginaw High is always it's been great since the 60s, 70s, the 80s. But and I was fortunate to be blessed with 10 guys returning from that team. So, but even though people looked over us because we lost 2 of our major scorers, that team was hungry and ready, to prove everybody wrong, and they did. And that's in my first year we won the state championship.
Man, that's amazing, man. That is amazing. You've had a lot of success. Before we talk about some other things, you talk about Coach Dawkins, who is definitely well respected in Saginaw and throughout Michigan, but because of the recent HBO documentary on his son, Christian, The Scheme, there's a lot more notoriety that comes with that. What was it like for you to see the Hollywood version of it, if you will, or the big screen version of that story of something that was relatively close to you because of your relationship with the Dawkins? What was it like for you?
I mean, it was powerful for me to see Christian, somebody I watched growing up, and it was powerful to see his story. It was powerful to see Lou tell his story and the history, and it was really emotional to see them talk about Dorian. So it was a great thing. I really enjoyed it. Chris had us laughing. Lou had us laughing and crying at the same time. So it was very emotional and powerful for us to watch that and see it.
Well, speaking of that, just to transition to another powerful thing everyone's been watching. Everyone's been watching The Last Dance. I know you probably got a few more episodes left, but what was it like, and what kind of impact did watching The Last Dance have on you as a ball player, and what kind of impact do you think it may have on your players?
Well, it shows how great Mike was, Michael Jordan, and how he can just control the game and how he motivated everybody, how he motivated himself. Mike was a true warrior, man. He was a feisty competitor, and he really took his game to another level. It shows two dynamics of the first 3 championships, how he was just above everybody, and then he had to reinvent himself on the next 3 championships, where he mastered the turnaround jumper. He mastered the mid range, and he knocking down threes. Before that, he was just jumping over everybody, jumping through everybody. So it really shows how great he was.
Wow, that's great to see that. Do parts of your game, was it influenced by Mike, and is any part of your coaching influenced by Mike and what he did too?
Most definitely. When I played at Saginaw Valley, and even in high school, I wasn't the man in high school, but that put that fire in me to get better. So when I got to college, I kind of dominated. The game came easier because of the work ethic. I put in the work and things like that. So I'm not saying I was no Michael Jordan by far. I wasn't even close, but I had that competitiveness in me and wanted to play hard and wanted to beat everybody.
Well, I think you're being humble.
I wish I would have known. Huh?
You're being humble. You left some records there. Are you still leading in 3-point makes at the school?
As far as I think somebody might have broke that a couple years ago. I think I'm close. I think I'm second though.
Okay,
but I held that record for 19 years. So
wow, you still stroke the long ball now?
Oh yeah, I still can shoot it from time to time. Not like I used to, but I still can shoot it.
That's great, man. Talk about when things do get back to some form of normalcy, whatever that may look like. Who knows? We may have a season with no fans. They talk about that a lot. What do you think that may be like, and kind of forecast what you would want the next season to be like for your guys in Saginaw?
Well, we got a pretty good core group returning, man, and like kids like Lavelle and Derek. They're gonna be pretty good. They had a good season this year. Like I said, some of the guys, my leaders from last year, was injured, and they had to step up in certain games and certain places, and they did a great job. So I'm looking forward to this season coming up, and it's gonna be very interesting. Like you said, possibility it might not be no fans, but if you love the game, you're gonna play the game regardless of who's in the crowd or who's not in the crowd.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the way we was.
because we haven't seen that yet, and you hear huge voices and influence in the game, like LeBron James talking about how bad it would be. Do you think it's different when you have a pro talking about thousands upon thousands of people being there screaming for you compared to a high school gym that's still a little bit more small and more intimate? Like, the difference in having fans and not having fans.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I always tell my kids you have to tune certain things out. We was taught to tune the crowd out. Crowd would be heckling you or talking trash to you. We couldn't dare look in the crowd when I played basketball. Coach Thomas wasn't allowed. He, he was not allowing
Look up
that.
in the
So,
stands, point up in the stands.
oh man, it'll be over, man. He huddle you up and you get punched in the chest or something, but
Oh man,
it'll be. But now you gotta be careful. But it might be good for some of the kids. A lot of pressure on them. The parents put the pressure on them
good
kids,
point.
man.
That's a good
And
point. Kids got to look and be coached by two people, coach on the court, and parents. That's a real good point. So,
yeah.
time we have, man, I really appreciate you sharing. What kind of message can you share to not only the Saginaw basketball community, but Michigan, or just people who listen about how we can kind of keep our heads about us as we kind of get through this corona virus pandemic?
First, we just got to continue to pray and put God first, man, and just be patient. Everything happened for a reason. I don't know what this reason is right now, but everything happened, for a reason, and we have to continue to fight and come together as a community. We got to stop. We got to stop all this negative stuff. With each other. We just got to come together, man, and continue to pray and be safe out here. It's a lot of people just not caring right now. And a lot of people dying. This is a real situation. So we just got to continue to be positive and pray and love on each other. And, if it's from afar or not, what I'm saying. So we just got to continue to do that, man, and love each other.
I appreciate that. I'm in East Lansing, but I'm from Detroit. And of course,
Okay.
how things are hitting Detroit. How has it been in Saginaw? Has it impacted people close to you with what's going on?
Well, yeah. Well, actually, I had a cousin that he really almost lost his life because of that. Because of the COVID-19, and he fought through it. And he's back home now. He was in the hospital for like almost 6 to 10 weeks. So he fought through it though. So yeah, it's been a big impact on this community. And at the same time, I think some people and the younger people mostly not taking it serious. Especially you got to look towards the older community, the elders, and things of that nature. So I've been doing my part, man. I've been trying to stay safe and wearing my mask and all that. When I have to go out.
That's good. That's appreciated. Well, Julie, I appreciate you, man. I know that we'll finally get back to some kind of thing where we can get back out there, and I look forward to being able to come up and support you guys. And I appreciate everything you're doing. You got any last words before we sign off?
No, man, I just appreciate this opportunity, man, so people can hear my voice, and I appreciate this interview, and I appreciate all the work you do, brother. I'll be watching you, man. You doing them interviews, you be on it, so I appreciate you, man.
Well, good. Well, I'm connected with good people like you, and I look forward to talking to some of your players later on too. So go ahead, man. Keep it together, and we'll just get up on the other side, okay?
Bet that.
All right, great.